We are shooting some videos. 2 videos today.
2 videos. Video man.
And drinking beers.
See, it's going pretty well.
Hanging out.
Drum man's about to get his rig going here. Some exclusive shots. See how excited he is?
Sucks for drummer. He has to be in every shot. We get to take breaks.
Yeah, he has the most work. Drummer has been playing every single take. Except for Andrew's last one.
Oh yeah, you were free on my last one.
What's going on, guys? It's Drummer. How you doing?
Have a couple guys with them and just start like washing the band with them, just going all over, kind of like. So we'll leave the 1K up because that's just their fill. That'll give like a good base, and then we'll take 650s and just throw.
Tim, what are we gonna get washed with?
But to make, I want it dark enough that we
Lights.
see these dark.
Wrapping up 2 videos, 1 day, Feeding Frenzy, New Holy War. It's been a great time. I want to thank Kevin Custer and all his crew. Videos came out sick. Can't wait for you guys to fucking see it.
Hell yeah. Rope Factory.
We are in Brooklyn, New York today to film 2 music videos. We're on the set of the second one right now for New Holy War. And yeah, I'm pumped to start shooting it. How do you guys feel about it?
Feel great. The Brooklyn Rope Factory is a pretty cool place. Good vibe.
Yeah, New York City, always a good place to be, Brooklyn.
Yeah. How do you feel, Andrew?
Feeling great. Just great.
Yeah, it's great.
Were there any concerns about getting to New York? I heard there was like a snowstorm or something that impacted also the tour.
There's a lot of snow. We were just talking about all the snow. There's snow all over everything. Been seen all over the news, and we didn't know if we were going to get up here or not, but we trekked through it.
Yeah.
And don't believe the hype, kids.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was just a little snow.
Yeah.
Solid storm, but you know.
Solid
we got
storm.
videos to shoot, so.
Yeah, we got business to take care of.
Things to do and stuff.
And you guys were supposed to be at a festival. Tell me about the festival, who you were playing with, and why you aren't there.
The festival was called Eat Your Heart Out Fest. It was to take place at the Chance Theater in Poughkeepsie, New York. And it was about 20 or so bands on our day. It's a 3-day-long fest. We were supposed to play yesterday, which was Saturday, but the promoter canceled the show because of the storm, because there's so many bands coming from so many different areas that, you know, she didn't want to risk everyone's life pretty much to get to the show. So just to be safe, she canceled it. So and we're bummed. We were bummed about it.
It was a bummer.
There's a lot of bands that we're friends with that were on the fest that we were stoked to see, but.
Is there a plan to move it to another date, or is it just off, or when can?
No,
I have no clue.
I think it's just off, just because it's kind of like a one-time thing, because there were those bands just so happen to be going through that city at that certain time. So they'll probably like do another one next year, I guess. I don't know.
I think that was going to be the second annual one. So
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Let's talk about the new album, which you guys are going to start touring on pretty soon, right?
Yes.
What was this is your third album?
Third full length.
Third full length. Tell me about the writing of the album, and maybe talk a little bit about what it was like recording the album.
Well, we obviously spent a long time writing because it's been 3 years since the release of our last full length. We did an EP in between, but that was just kind of thrown together pretty quickly. But we recorded with Josh Wickman again, and he is the man. He knows our sound, and we spent like 5 weeks living at the studio to do this one, which is a little bit longer than normal. And yeah, it just felt awesome, man. We think this album just kind of kicks the shit out of anything we've ever done because we just worked twice as hard on it as as the last album, and so yeah, we're stoked to tour on it and play.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you guys did differently on this album from previous albums? Different kind of gear, different way that you approach recording or songwriting?
He's the gear man.
No, yeah, same. That's why we went back and recorded with Josh again, because we liked how we did it the last time. Gear-wise, same type of stuff. I think we concentrated more on every aspect rather than just going in and this is how it goes, record the drums, record the guitars, do the vocals, we're done. Like, we actually, we were all a little bit more involved this time. We were all there while each of us were tracking our instruments and doing our parts, so it just felt more like a whole, rather than just everyone just run through your stuff and boom, done. So it had it's got a better feel to it, I think. It's got some flow. Yeah. Flow.
Some flow and some heart.
So, New Year 2013, what do you guys have planned for?
Right now we have a spring tour with Chelsea Grin, Attila, Betraying the Martyrs, and Buried in Verona.
Yeah.
And that's for March. A tour that's not announced yet that will follow directly after that.
It'll be announced next week.
It'll be announced next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing a Road to Metal Fest.
Road to Metal Fest with After the Burial, The Contortionist, and I forget who else is on it. Glass Cloud.
Yes.
And yes. And that's
headline dates in between.
Yeah. On the West Coast.
We're working on a summer tour. Hopefully we can land something solid this year.
Super sick.
Yeah.
Super huge.
Cool. So let's shift gears for a minute. Are there any festivals or bands that you guys are looking forward to seeing this year?
I was a little bummed about the Eat Your Heart Out Fest because a band that friends with Andrew actually back in Michigan, King they're called. They're pretty heavy, really sick. They're real sick, and I wanted to see them for the first time. But we'll get a chance to. Yeah, they're playing Metal Fest, so that's real sick.
Jamboree's gonna be a good show this year too.
So we'll keep an eye out for them.
Big fest.
Isn't Gojira playing at the Palladium soon? A couple weeks? Power Home?
Oh.
Yeah, next week.
Gojira is like one of my newly discovered favorite bands, so I would really like to catch them this year.
Yes. And we're also playing we're playing the Jamboree in Ohio this year. Lots of good friends playing that, and New England Metal Fest.
Had a lot of experience in that area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so how has the scene in the Boston area been changing since you guys started playing in 02? 04? 02? 04.
Yeah. Ish.
We're
It's
kinda
taken
from,
a
like,
while.
Western Mass. We're more from like Western Mass. We've only played like the Boston area a couple times, but I guess it's kind of the same thing. It's gotten a lot better over the years. Like, I mean, obviously it's different for us because we came up like we were youngins in that area, so we have a little more respect than we used to have. But and I think everyone's a little bit more respectful. Kind of it's like, oh, I got nothing to do, so we better go to the show. So it has gotten better, I think, and in a lot of areas too.
Are there areas that you guys like playing more than others, or that really?
For the most part, when we play Massachusetts, in general, we play Worcester or Holyoke. or
It's our home base.
that's our home base. I live right up the street from the venue that we play at. But yeah, basically those two places, Worcester and Holyoke. Boston is more hardcore oriented. There's not like a lot of metal venues out there, so like they said, they haven't really played out there that much since the band started. So I'd like to, though. Boston's a kick-ass city.
Yeah.
Cool. And last question, anything from last year that was weird, hilarious, holy shit, that was fucked up story about anything that went down with the band, tour?
We have to pick a year, huh?
Yeah.
Last year. I don't know.
Went to Europe last year for the first time.
Yeah,
That was
a party.
a party every day.
Yeah.
You pretty
Didn't do
much.
anything but play and load gear. I mean, it was a good time and a lot to look at.
Yeah, that was our first. That was our first time being on a tour bus too.
It was a great first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carnifex took us out as their headliners, so tour bus, and all four bands shared the bus, which was, we thought it was going to kind of suck, with like 25 people on one bus, but it was a double-decker, and Molotov Solution, Beneath the Massacre, Carnifex, us. It was pretty awesome. It was a good time.
Bus crowd surfing.
Great.
Bus
Great.
crowd
We
surfing.
had bus crowd
Arm
surfing.
wrestling,
Boss
so much arm
moshing.
wrestling was going on. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Didn't
A
you,
little too much testosterone.
Joe? Didn't you beat someone in Carnifex at arm wrestling?
Joe's the king of the bus.
I was
King of the bus.
Yeah, I was king of tour. Yeah. Ryan from Carnifex killed him in arm wrestling.
So yeah.
Inside joke.
Where did you guys?
Everywhere except for Scotland, Spain. There's only like a handful of countries we didn't hit.
More Western.
Yeah.
Like we went as far east as like Poland and stuff.
Warsaw.
Yeah, but we didn't really head like way over west at all. Or
Yeah.
east, sorry.
Went to the UK.
The
That was
UK.
nice.
It was nice, but that's not Australia.
Quite lovely.
Nice.
Germany, though, we had like 9 shows in Germany.
Yeah.
Half
Yeah.
the tour was in Germany,
Favorite,
so
I would say favorite place.
Germany's great.
That's all I got. Anything else you guys want to throw in? Or?
Go pre-order the new album. Elite, it's gonna be sick.
Well, by the time this comes out, the album will probably be already out.
And then go pro-order it.
Pro order it.
Order another one, yeah.
Pro
Yeah.
order, yes.
Go to the store and buy it.
Yeah, don't download it.
Be a good boy and girl. Pro order it.
Order another one, yeah.
Pro
Yeah.